I think we could retitle this segment, Kids Don't Try This at Home. Bill brought us, as you can see, a snowblower, and you know, it's something that's a valuable part of our equipment list up here at the lodge, but it is a piece of heavy equipment, and you should respect it. The snow goes in there, Bill's giving you the demo here, and it comes out here, you know. I mean, that's clever, isn't it? I mean, what else would you assume? And never put your hands anywhere, well, like what I'm doing. Never do that, all right, for starters. Speaking of starters, Bill's having a little problem there. Mr. Expert doesn't know you got to turn the thing on first. Yeah, I'll drink to that, Bill. Anyway, up she goes, and we just wanted to show you, actually Bill has some interesting ideas how you can adapt a snowblower to, you know, really help you as a tool. And it is kind of interesting. I think it's just unfortunate that we picked Garbage Day as the day to try and do this, and maybe Bill would pay a little more attention. That wouldn't have hurt either, you know. But, you know, they are a powerful machine. I got a hint of what we'd had for dinner the last couple of weeks at the lodge. I think that pork was undercooked. But on we go anyway. What Bill really wanted to show you here was, this is something kind of interesting that he thought up. I didn't completely understand it at first because I just saw him tying the rope onto the snowblower, and I really was a little bit, well, you can see there, yeah. Then he tied the other end of the rope to a tree. And you know what he's got in mind here is, I think this is something that he may have seen in a cartoon, you know, which he goes to regularly. And the idea is you start the snowblower up, and it winds around the tree, you see, and it clears the whole area without you actually having to do any work. So you'd think that, well, Bill's a bit of a slow learner, you know, with this. There we go. All right. So anyway, he gets her going, and the wheels are turning there around, and we engage the thrower, and then now what happens is she's supposed to be winding around the tree, and of course every time it goes around, the rope winds around the tree and brings it in a little bit closer, you see. Now our problem was the knot was just slipping around the tree, so what was happening was the snowblower wasn't coming any closer, just going over and over the same circle. So Bill figured if he gave it a tug and tied the knot a little tighter, and I guess I should have paid more attention to what was happening. He kind of turned it, and it kind of was, well, you can see, well, now this is real dangerous, I think. Maybe it's just me, you know. Oh, Bill, that's Bill's underwear. I don't know it. Oh, for snow he's wearing there. What some guys will do to increase their sperm count.
You know, other than about a week in October, I basically did nothing last year, and I was fine with that. But even though I was doing nothing, my mind was still thinking about stuff. Stuff that I hadn't done and should have. Stuff that I had done and shouldn't have. But mainly it was coming up with a lot more evidence that, as far as I'm concerned, proves that I'm right and almost everybody else is wrong. And that was fine too, but where I made my mistake was that I shared all that with my friends and especially my wife. And before you knew it, they were suggesting that I gather up all those opinions and stories and take them on the road where they belong. I even went to see my doctor to make sure I was healthy enough to tour again, and he gave me the go-ahead. He said I probably wouldn't get sick on the road, but even if I did, he'd prefer I was thousands of miles away when it happened. So I put together a brand new show, and I'm calling it I'm Not Old, I'm Ripe. And we're going to be doing about 25 cities, starting in St. Pete, Florida on March the 30th, and we're going to end up in the middle of May somewhere out west. It's basically a lodge meeting, and if you want to find out where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there, go to redgreen.com, click on the city that's nearest to you. I'm hoping you can all make it, or I'm hoping a few of you can make it. I think it's going to be my best show yet, and if you saw the first two, you know that's certainly doable. So looking forward to a successful tour. Otherwise, my friends and my wife are going to look like idiots. Until then, I'm hoping to see you at the lodge meeting. And meanwhile, keep your stick on the ice.